Hi, Katerina. All right, I'm going to do your 30-minute spiritual healing now. So, we're going to be focusing on you want me to help you balance emotionally, mentally, physically. Heart is giving you a panic, and you have burning sensations in legs, tingling numbness, neuropathy. You're afraid you can't move, and you've got a lot going on here with you're right, balancing emotionally, mentally, and physically. I'm just going to relax here and connect with you, and we'll get started, okay? Okay. As I'm coming into your spiritual atmosphere, it seems really peaceful. Only for a moment before it's sort of like you have the piano and it's like, burn, like whatever the lowest notes you can make with fingers, many fingers on them all at one time. It's sort of like, whoa, what's that? So let's see what happens here. Okay, they're showing me a scene. There's dark trees, birds, happy birds, but these trees look extremely unhealthy. It's like mixing Happy Disney with Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas. It's a weird combination. I am exploring this like an adventurer. I am in a weird, strange place. It's kind of like an Alice in Wonderland experience. Like, where am I? These trees look mighty interesting, and there's these beautiful, natural, pristine, harmonic sounding happy birds. And they're in yellow and blue, and they're really cute, and they're really kind of oversized and fluffy, and you just want to just snuggle them. I see a sun is breaking through the sky, and the sunlight is kind of interesting as well because it's not dark by any means, but there's kind of there's such a cloudiness, and the sun is behind these clouds, and it just feels like I'm waiting for it to get crisper and clearer, but the sun cannot come out fully because of all of this sort of dense fogginess in the sky. Is it clouds? Is it fog? And I'm just standing here waiting. I'm looking at the sun and it's. Why can't you come out from behind the clouds? I can't actually feel the warmth from your rays. I'm standing here looking at this tree that is just really. It's not healthy. There's no leaves on it. The bark is completely black. It's not dried out though. And the ground there's not a lot of greenery. There's not a lot of healthy plants here, but these birds are so cheerful. I absolutely love them. Out of all of this, these birds they've got my attention, right? But it's sort of the dreariness of everything else is it's just really dreary, but I'm really glad these birds are here because I don't really feel the dreariness as long as these birds are here. If the birds went away, I would feel really depressed, and I would feel really lost, and I wouldn't feel really like I'm thriving here. There's a part of me that just feels really thankful that these birds could at least be here. There's 3 of them. I am laying down on the ground now. I am putting hands behind head and looking up at the sky. Not looking at the sun over here, but up here. There's no sun in my eyes, and there's really nothing to look at. I'm just in this state of relaxation. It's even creating kind of is the fog on the outside of me or is the fog on the inside of me? I don't have any emotions of joy. I'm not doing jumping jacks and feeling excited, but I'm not necessarily depressed either. I'm in a state of just melancholy. I'm not happy. I'm not sad. I'm this. I'm kosher. But even kosher has kind of a positive flair to it, even if it's mild. I'm examining the emotional state, any shifts. Nothing changes from the scene. Nothing changes in the thoughts. I ask, why are you here? What do you want out of life? There's no response. In fact, it is as if the ears do not even hear me. The eyes do not acknowledge my presence. I'm just watching the scene. I will tell you that things are changing. There is now grass starting to grow, and what is just kind of, it's just dirty ground. It's not, there's just no real grass that has been growing here, but it's starting to grow grass now. This tree is starting to look a little bit more of a healed color. Leaves are actually starting to grow. This fogginess in the sky with the sun is still there. It's not a crisp blue sky with a bright sunny day kind of experience. This reflection of you is showing as sort of like a young man, like a Tom Sawyer kind of thing, or Huckleberry Finn. And he's got that kind of style. He even has a piece of, I don't know what that is in the mouth, but he's just some sort of plant that's sticking out of the mouth. And then he's wearing like cut off blue jean suspenders and sort of a old white, like button down shirt that's dirty with a, I don't know, a cap that's even dirty too. And he has no shoes on his feet because he's like Tom Sawyer or Huckleberry Finn. He just kind of that look to him. He's maybe 6 or 7. He doesn't care that his feet are dirty. He's not bothered by he doesn't care about what he's wearing. He doesn't care about, he's just taking a break right now is what he says. I'm thinking about apples growing on a tree. I'm thinking about climbing a tree and getting some apples at the very top. And they're bright red apples. Excuse me. There is some imagination images coming through. He's still sort of relaxing on the ground, and it looks like a normal green grass and normal tree with leaves, and the sky is starting to look far more like a normal sky. And there's a dragon in the sky. But it's like he's thinking about dragons. Like maybe he's trying to see dragons in the clouds or something. But this is a dragon coming out of the sky. A dragon actually coming down to the ground. They show me one version where the dragon comes to the ground and it's as if it's going to morph into a person. And another version, the dragon looks really like it's pregnant, like a female dragon that's holding babies inside, or maybe it has a pouch and it's babies in there. But it's got a really oversized, like a pregnant belly as it's flying. The dragon feels happy. It doesn't have a belly ache. It doesn't have anything of that kind. It's just feels natural. It's the way life should be, is the way it feels. Like it only could have been this way. The dragon is coming down in this scene where I saw it was sort of pregnant, coming down, soaring down to the ground, and once it gets close to the ground, it transforms into an eagle with really massive talons. I mean, it's huge. It's a huge bird. It's like the size of the boy with its wingspan. I mean, and the nails are huge, and they have a glistening sort of sheen to them. It isn't wanting to cause harm or hurt at all. It's not even trying to grab a bird, like a squirrel or a rabbit or anything, or a mouse. It's just coming to land on the ground. An eagle. Like, it just... like, those nails are going to poke holes into the earth. Like, the eagle's coming over to you as this young boy, and it's quite like a messenger or like a spirit guide or something of that kind. I mean, there is an essence of wisdom, very high caliber spiritual wisdom associated with this eagle. It is almost like a parent to a child. Eagle sees more than the child. The child is still young. The child doesn't see or understand the workings of the world yet, and the eagle does. This eagle knows. This eagle understands the workings of the world and is there watching over you. And it's really loving, it's very comforting, it's very wise. I mean, I'm telling you, this eagle, it's the type of parent that knows better. It knows when to say no to the child, and it knows what is best on a level that it's like spirit knows what is best for you. You can say, why is my life like this? I want things to change. But for some reason, life gets sort of consistent in a certain experience, and it just seems wrong. What can I do to work my way out of it? What can I do to have some other experience? But Spirit understands why you're going through the experiences you are. Spirit understands when to give the blessings and when to postpone them, or however you want to look at it. It's like if you keep giving your kids candy, eventually you can't just, every time your kid says, but I want candy, you can't just live off of candy. But I want to stay up. I don't want to go to bed. Well, you kind of need to go to bed because it's time to go to bed. Like, I don't feel like brushing my teeth. Well, if you don't brush your teeth are going to fall out. You need to brush your teeth. Like this, like, as a human being, it's like, but I don't want to be dealing with this issue. I don't want to feel alone. I don't want to be having this, that, or the other. But Spirit's like, well, your soul is going through this. I mean, the spirit realm understands why life is what it is. And the spirit realm has you, holds you, is the wisdom for you, is helping you through this at every angle. And they're telling me this dragon is in this eagle. Are they blended as one? Are they two separate spirit guides? I can't tell. I can't tell if they're two separate spirit guides or if they are one spirit guide coming through with two different images. They say I could say that both is correct. Sometimes people have personalities where they can be very intelligent and also really funny. And so are they intelligent or funny, or are they both? And so you can have spirit guides that sometimes they blend together as one, and sometimes they act as two individuals. Here you just have a really smart person. Here you just have the really funny, personality. But sometimes they can blend together and you can have somebody with both. So they're saying yes. Eagle is one spirit guide, dragon is another spirit guide, but sometimes they can blend together and work together as one. They show me this young boy now, it's you. It's not a young boy anymore. And it looks like you, same age, same appearance, same everything. And this eagle is looking down at you, and you are on your side and you're crying and you're moaning, and I got to get groceries today. I can't get groceries today. I don't know how to keep up with the daily routine kind of thing. The body is not keeping up with, with the emotions in the mind, or however you want to look at it. You still have a part of you that feels responsible for doing a lot of things. If you had the body of a 30-year-old, oh my gosh, look at world. But that's not the case. And so what can you accomplish in your age that's actually appropriate? You can't juggle the world on your shoulders. And it's okay to acknowledge that, you know what, I don't have the legs I used to. So you just do the best that you can, and please do not feel down about feeling like you can't do it all. Some part of your nature is really awesome at being able, it's like you could, if you had the body of a 30-year-old, oh my God, I can't imagine what you could get done in a day. And it feels really motherly and really homey, like get all the groceries and cook all the meals and keep everything clean and keep all the kids happy and get all the homework done and, make sure everybody gets in the tub at this specific time and they all brush their teeth. They're all wearing their jammies. Hair's always brushed. It just feels like it's amazing what you could do. You're like an awesome tornado of accomplishment with what you could do. And so now you're in a position where body just can't do all of those things. And you shouldn't feel like you have to do all of those things. You're crying a lot and you feel like you're a failure. Excuse me. You keep saying that some part of you feels like you're letting somebody down. Excuse me. You keep saying, I'm letting him down. I am letting him down. Over and over you keep saying, I'm letting him down. I watch your heart beating out of your chest and you keep saying, I'm letting him down. And you can't, I mean, you're on your side and you yourself are just feeling physically defeated. How could you let anybody down? You're not letting anybody down. Body can't do, when you get older, being in the 30-year-old body, it doesn't work. You can't do it all. And that's okay. You really need somebody to tell you that. I mean, I'm actually here giving you a hug and as a good friend and just saying, you're doing everything you can. And because you're doing everything that you can, you're doing everything right and you have so much to be proud of. You have a really good, genuine heart. You can't do it all. You have to just do the best you can and then accept that that's the best that you can do, and then through that, know that you have every reason to be proud of yourself. Some part of you sometimes shows me that you too can be dragon energy, and I see you transform into that dragon, the dragon that was the mother dragon, it was like it was going to have babies. You transform into that image really briefly and even spit fire, like normal breathing, like spire fit when I breathe out. It just seems normal or natural. So you breathe fire like a dragon as well. It's not breathing fire to create destruction. It just, when you exhale, you just happen to breathe fire. It's just kind of the way it comes out. There's something in the way of having been a mother, and because I see you as you, right? But I also see this pregnant dragon is also somehow blending with you. So you too feel like there's a pregnancy image and it feels like you kind of have a pain in that area. I mean, you're holding, it's like 3 children or something. You're crying about this as well. You feel bewildered because you cannot hold. There's something in the way of you can't hold them correctly. You really, I mean, I'm telling you, the way it feels is you want to take all your children and you just want to hold them. And you want all their lives to just be happy. And you just want to give them the gift of happiness. But the reality is, you are you, and you can't. It's not an option. That's just not an option on the table. In one reality, you haven't even had the kids yet. But the way it feels is because you cannot physically hold them with your arms and let it be okay for all of them. You feel some grief in that too. This is doing massive energy work for you, and it feels like it's helping you feel a little bit more comforted, and it's just the energy just feels a lot better. That desperate need to hold your kids it's okay. It's starting to be okay, more okay or more acceptable. There's some new version of awareness here that is okay. It's interesting because some part of you, through the act of holding your kids and giving, through this hug of love, manifesting a miracle or blessings within their lives of just pure joy, that too is you holding yourself and wanting your own life to feel full of the sunlight that breaks through the clouds, the tree that bears the green leaves, the ground that bears the green grass, and everything just feels as free and as happy and as joyful as a Huckleberry Finn moment. Like, everything just is, and it's like grabbing the best apples from the top of the tree, and it's having the beautiful, the three birds singing. It just, there's something far more merry about that life could provide if only that love could just rain down and shine down. So this energy work is helping you to feel that hug being returned to you, helping you to feel the experience of holding all your kids and giving them this dream, but this dream then manifesting too into your own life and filling your life with this version of sunlight and blessing and growth and happiness and balance. You're kind of sitting up and you say, oh, like you just have aches and pains. Specifically, you kind of just like, you just sat up, you're like, oh, my poor body. Kind of like that. Yeah, it's like, you shouldn't be laying on a hard ground. You need something a little bit cozier because you aren't Huckleberry Finn. And nobody really enjoys, there's something of a rock that you were laying on as well. Like, that's not comfortable. You're standing on your own 2 feet right now, but you feel pretty achy. It's hard to just stand up, fully. Because it's like a pain in the lower back. It's just like, oh, gotta stand up on the old legs. It's kind of what it's like. There's just not a lot of distance you want to travel. I mean, there's some part of you that really does. It's just you. You feel alone. When you want to get on your own 2 feet, you have to do it yourself. When you want to get the groceries for everybody, there's something about this. Because you do feel alone. And they're showing me that. You're standing up to do whatever you can get done in the day. And if it's going to get done, you're going to have to get it done to make it happen. And that too carries a heavy weight and burden. It's like, oh my gosh. That is like carrying the biggest, heaviest rock. I'm quite shocked by it. When you feel that much responsibility, it actually creates an energetic reflection of a really heavy rock that you carry on your shoulders. That all of it is your responsibility. Nobody else's. It's your responsibility. Now, you not only carry that weight on your shoulders, you're carrying it on your back, and it's affecting your legs, and it hurts the feet, and it's just too much responsibility. You cannot carry that much responsibility. Nobody can. Nobody, no human being I've ever heard of can lift an elephant and put them on their back and walk around with it. That is as heavy as the burden that you carry. No wonder your body aches. No wonder your feet hurt. No wonder your legs hurt. No wonder all of this. How long have you been carrying this burden? Now you carry this energetic weight and it manifests in your physical body too. I'm doing everything I can here, Katerina, to break that, and that is a pretty dense, heavy one, and it's taking some time. It's like, strike it with the lightning bolt. Get it off her back. Some version of it is you have to let go of it too. So I can only do so much because in the end you also have to choose to let go of the burden as well. I'm examining, can I take it away from you? In this case, I'm trying to lighten the load. I'm trying to do something to shift the energy. And it is working. It is working. It's like turning it into liquid and then allowing the liquid to just drain out. So it's not such a heavy burden. It's creating a really positive effect on the physical body. It's really beneficial for you. It's altering even the dynamic of the spine. I mean, it looks like the spine is even starting to feel like the spine itself has its own consciousness. And when the body aches, the spine is like a human being that's just like and crying in tears. It's trying its best to keep everything in balance. You lift this weight off, and the consciousness of the spinal column is like, I feel 10 years younger. That's what it's acting like. Sometimes when the weight is so this responsibility you carry, it is in the form, you've envisioned it as the form of a massive rock the size of an elephant, as heavy as an elephant, and is sitting right here on your back. And you're just like, oh, gotta get up on the old legs again. It's like, nobody can get on the old legs with all that. That's not going to work. So anyway, we're starting to transform it into sort of turning into a liquid. And so slowly but surely, the elephant or the massive rock is just, the solidity of it is starting to drain out. It's starting to slowly start to drip as like a liquid. Now it's trickling, it's going faster, but there's still a lot there, right? Excuse me. So, and as that drains out, I watch you, and sometimes it inspires you to drain out through tears. Part of this heavy burden that you carry, as you release from it, you also release emotions and tears. So this heavy burden, as it gets lighter and lighter for you, it can only get lighter through you actually crying. Because it's emotionally, as an emotional relationship with it. And there's a version of self-awareness that also comes through with it. And this self-awareness can inspire you to feel emotional and cry in order to release from it entirely. They say, do you understand now, Abby, why you cannot just instantly dissolve it? You can't, because Katerina has to choose and then start to feel the healing from her choices. And so while you are a component to kind of a catalyst to get the ball rolling, right? In the end, Katerina, you have to see this in yourself and make choices to know that you don't have to carry all that burden. And with it comes some self-awareness and self-discovery. And that can feel emotional too. Not in a, oh my gosh, I feel depressed and I can't live anymore. But it's more like a, you're right. I have been carrying this burden for my whole life. Why have I been carrying it for my whole life? You're right, I don't need to carry it. And as you start having these thoughts, it literally creates, you start to get emotional about it, and then you start to cry. They're saying because through these thoughts, you're discovering self-worth. That's what they're saying. People who are in balance with self-worth understand what is the proper balance of, here's what I give, here's what I receive. So give and receive are in balance. If you overgive, Katerina, and then you feel it as your responsibility to overgive, now it's a massive elephant on your back and it is causing physical damage as well. So you have to discover that there is a balance between, you are so awesome and sweet and kind. It's like give, love to give. I want to keep giving, and it's sort of like, you are so sweet and giving, but you need to learn that you need to receive too. And so we got to do something here so that way you can know how valuable and how important it is for you to get the hugs. For your kids to come and say, oh my God, I want my mom to feel so blessed, and I want her life to just be so happy, and because she is so sweet and so loving, and I'm so grateful for her. You need to have those hugs. You need to have that energy coming back, and that too helps release that big boulder burden. So they're asking you, do you think you could do that? Do you think you could start just looking at your life, looking at all you have given in your life? Look at how you feel like you carry a really heavy burden, of responsibility, that there is a realistic truth to this, that no way you can't even become close to feeling responsible for all that. It's just ridiculous. You can't. You just because you need to just be able to relax and enjoy your life and let your body rest, and not feel so much stress and like a failure because you can't get it all done. It's just not a good way. It's just not a good way to experience balance and good health and healing. That's what they're saying. So I'm just watching Mighty Eagle. Mighty Eagle never stops looking at you. I see you again in that original sort of laying down on the ground. This time, where Mighty Eagle like came down with the big talons, is just so wise and such a caring sort of persona for you. And in that point, you were still laying down. And so this time when I look at you, you're actually smiling. And it's not like, oh, it's a beautiful day. Oh, I feel miserable. You just feel relaxed and you feel in a state of balance and harmony. And you're just smiling without a single thought in your mind. You just feel in balance with everything. This eagle shows me it also has another face. I mean, it's like a human being wearing an eagle's head or on a cap or something, but it comes down really low. So I just see a mouth and sort of a human, and it's like it's wearing an eagle hat really low. Like there's the eyeballs of the eagle and then the eagle mouth, but everything else is human underneath it. They won't show me what it looks like, another version of what it looks like, but it stands like a human being too. It has a male persona, but it also has a female persona. They help me hear the sounds of drums beating. It's kind of a Native American sounding, and there's a Native American feel to it. And the feet that dance into the ground. I mean, the feet are pushing, the legs, the body is pushing energy into the ground, but they want me to focus on legs as in like thighs, down to the knee, down to the calves, down to the ankles, down to the feet. They are pushing energy that as they 1 foot, 2 foot, they're like kind of dancing around a fire. They are literally choosing with their spirit, with their souls, to push energy into the earth from their bodies, but from their souls, from everything. And that is what they're doing with your legs. They're having your legs move in the same way as the Native American dancers, and then they're pushing energy from, I don't know, heart center or soul or infinite, but it is literally, I can feel it pushing energy through your legs from like the muscle fibers, I don't know, all the tissues of the legs, and it's pushing down through the legs, through the toes, through the feet, through the bones, through the muscles, through the tendons, through the nerves, through the everything. I can feel it. It just keeps radiating energy down, down, down like that. It's just blasting energy downward. It feels like spirit. And they're not only pushing energy down into the earth, but they're pushing energy through your legs. And the more this happens, the more they're bringing out spirit. And I see your heart glowing really bright. And then it's almost like angel wings or eagle wings or something coming from the light itself that is coming out of your heart even. I mean, your heart is glowing with the super light. And then from this ball or sphere of glow within your heart, there's like eagle wings coming out, or angel wings, or however you want to look at it. I'm telling you, Katerina, I feel really amazing now in comparison to when I started. This simple act alone is a huge deal for you. This really is going to help your legs feel better, and it just radiates light that creates the emotional balance from the heart and the emotional understanding. It creates mental understanding. It creates so much grounding and balance of all your reflections. It's really going to help you. You really needed this. So that is all I can share for you right now, okay? Thank you very much for this experience. It's really great to connect with you. And for those of you watching, if you're interested in experiencing spiritual healing or psychic wisdom with me, please visit my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching.